Far from Vesuvius podcast. That's Ralph Pizarro of Calcio Napoli Club. Just rant about Napoli.
Let's go for it.
We're gonna rant. We're gonna match report. We're gonna talk about the games. We're gonna talk about topics. You leave comments, and we'll read your comments out. Question.
All right, quick stats.
Yes, throw the stats up there. On to a nice little segment that we're gonna call the Beast of the Match.
Who is beasting it for the Napoli team? Let's see.
Follow us on Facebook, Rafael Rispo, Ralph Pizarro, Twitter at RafaNapoli83. That's me.
CNC USA 26.
I want some feedback to the show. What do you guys want to see? What do you want to see more or less of? This is going to be a show for you guys too. I want a lot of comments.
We want to rant about something. Let us know if you want us to rant about something.
I promise you, we're not going to agree on everything all the time.
We won't.
We're going to yell at each other every now and then.
Come and rant. This is what it's for. We want to give you a space to let loose so you can do it here.
Well, that's going to do it, Ralph. Were we boring enough for you?
I don't know. I think we were great.
Let's get to it.
Madonna do Carmen, aiutici tu.
And benvenuti, fellas and bellas all over the world. Welcome to another episode of the Napoli Rant. I am your host, Raff Biz, joined by my co-host from Saratoga Springs, the universal Napoli fan, heavyweight champion of the world, the vicar of Vesuvius, Rafa Rispo.
What's up, Raff Pizarro? Il campione sta qua. I'm ready to fight, bro. I came ready to fight. I came ready to fight, brother.
He got the gloves on,
fight
bro.
Me? You want to fight me? You want to fight me, baby? I'm ready to fight.
Oh my God, this is incredible.
This belt is staying over my shoulder the entire show.
You got to keep the gloves on too. That'll be fucking
get
classic.
Over it and get used to it. Listen, I will commit to one glove.
Okay, one glove on the mic.
I need to do other things with my hand.
That's cool, man. Love it, man. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Let's get this rant on a roll. We got a fucking crazy show today. I mean, this is like all gloves, all stops out. All stops out.
Sugarcoat it, Rafi.
No more Mr. Nice Guy in here. We're gonna start off the show with Daniel Bowen. He was a big fan of Napoli. You all know him from Twitter.
If you don't know Daniel Bowen,
if you don't know
under a rock.
What are you doing? Get to know Daniel Bowen, please. And but he was at Dimaro this weekend. He watched the Perugia game. And he was nice enough to stay up and come talk about it. So without further ado, here he is, Daniel Bowen. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Round of applause for you.
What's up, man? Dude, man, I've been laughing since it started, man. Look at that wrestling belt, man. Look at you,
man. and those who know, I picked it. The kids have all the belts. I picked the universal title because it's blue, like Napoli. Since I'm the Napoli champ.
Watch that uppercut, man. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's funny.
Done.
Got a lot of people in the chat. Got Mo. What up, Mo? Welcome back. Sorry, I'm just getting to say everybody in the chat here. Sorry, I got some. Welcome, Mo. Welcome, Dom. Welcome, Mike Simi. Welcome, Carmelo. Leonardo Rodriguez. Pete Scala in the house. Vincenzo Bertuzzi, I saw him in there. He should be still in there. There he is.
He's there.
There he is. Known as Devo. Got Dill by.
What's up, dude?
Debo.
So, but anyway, Dan, thanks for joining us today. So you were there this Sunday. Well, you go to a lot of games. Let's say that much. You go to a lot of these games. Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Rafi. I wanted to chime in too, but Dan's a first-time guest on our show, so maybe we should sort of. I mean, I know he's been on the other shows too, so everybody knows who he is. But I mean, he knows. They all know the story. But I'm particularly enamored with the story of Dan Bowen when it comes to his falling in love with Napoli and just like representing as hard as he could. You know what I mean? Like
Word.
The way you moved there, man, the way you got there through the military in the U.S. and then the way you stayed and just like embraced the whole culture the way you did. You're literally the personification of what Napoli usually is. You know what I mean? They take people in that's not from there and make them one of their own, and that's what Napoli's all about. At the end of the day, agree, disagree, whatever. Napoli's all about Dan Bowen stories. So I just wanted to point that out. Say again, thank you for coming in, and you do go to a lot of games, Ralph Pizarro, Daniel. But if you go back and look at Cavani's goal against Lecce, everyone knows what I'm talking about. For years and years and years, I'm watching this video, and the first cut to the fans, I see all the normal fans in a certain section, and there's Dan Bowen, and I never knew that until just recently, where he goes, "Yeah, I'm in that video. There I am right there." I about lost my shit when I saw that. I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy." He's legit. He's legit.
He's legit. No, Dan is legit. I've heard. I was talking about it with earlier with Dan when we were doing a test run, and he was on the podcast with Joe Fischetti, the Forza Napoli pod, and he was talking about when it was like an away game that he went to see. I believe it was Fiorentina. I'm pretty sure it was Fiorentina, and I implore you to go listen to that episode because I was cracking up. It was sad because the poor guy was being harassed, but just the fact that he was there and doing this and had the jersey on and it's just a cool story. I don't want to give too many details away, but it's really good to know, and I think the representation in itself is good, and I think we need that. So it's good. It's good to have the good old American boy out there, representing hard and at least being able to give us kind of a first-hand account of what's going on there. Don't hide your face, Dan. It got dark there. Dan,
Yeah, my lights went out. Hold on, man. It's like almost 2 a.m, so I'm down in the car downstairs.
Dang.
Trying
this
to
is
make
like
sure quiet.
It's like an anonymous interview right now that we're having with Dan. There you go. There you go, Dan. We can see
we
you.
appreciate you for being on so late, brother.
Yes.
No,
Dan,
I got you, man. Yeah.
Dan, it's 2 a.m. just so everybody knows in Italy right now. And Dan agreed to do this, and he had to go. He didn't want to wake up anybody, so he came in his car. So here he is. So Dan, let's just get into it. Dimaro, you were there. First impressions of the team, real quick. When they came out, what was the crowd reaction?
Oh man, the crowd reaction is like it's always been, man. That they're 100% behind the players. That's never really wavered from all the times I've ever been in Dimaro. You got to realize that Dimaro's got a lot of fans that really aren't in and around Napoli because it's so far up north. So a lot of the fans have become Napoli fans a little bit over the years, living in the area. So they've sort of adopted the club.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are a lot of those type of fans. And yeah, man, the reception for the players was good. I mean, I didn't feel like there was anything that was less than it's ever been for the players themselves. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Dude, man, especially Mario Rui.
Really?
Mario Rui, I think it's everybody's favorite player now. He's everybody's favorite player now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could see, well, we there was that incident. I don't know if you guys we'll just touch upon it. What was it, last week or was it the game prior? Was it Friday when the Shalaboom guys were over there and they started ragging on Rui? I heard they caught some shit because of that. Like these guys, did you hear about that, Dan, at all?
The Thursday game, the game we played against.
No.
So it's apparently the Shalaboom guys just like they make these reactionary videos on YouTube.
Yeah. I actually saw them.
Yeah, they were invited, I guess, by the team. I'm not sure. I think he was invited by Edo, and supposedly they were in the stands and they started I don't know, heckling at Mario Rui, saying like, your time is up, you need to go, and da-da-da-da-da. And a couple of fans weren't happy about that and reacted in a negative way towards this group. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure if this is like the general consensus of all the fans there, but in my eyes, Mario Rui kind of proved his worth to everybody, and he seemed to have, like Rafa said, like a big turnaround as far as love. But you didn't notice any other ill intent or hate towards Mario Rui, at least when you were there, right, Dan?
No, absolutely not. And I, I have to admit, I do think that maybe some of the cheering that's over exaggerate might be a little bit sarcastic, just because he's not the guy that's going to set the world on fire in any given game, just because he doesn't have those physical capabilities. But bro, man, his hard work and passion, that's what Napoli fans adore. So yeah, I think that he's going to get the most affection and love from the fans, at least for this year, you know what I mean? Depending on how he does. And Oliveira got a fight on him, dude. Oliveira hasn't been able to play yet.
Right.
But Mario Rui, that dude looked like he was going full strength. Like he thought it was a real game, man. He didn't care.
Yeah.
So Oliveira got some work to do to make sure he can get a lot of playing time, because I don't think Mario Rui is just going to give it to him.
Do you know what I really liked about Mario Rui? Because someone recorded him signing some autographs and asked him, who's playing? Are you playing, or is it Oliveira that's going to start? And he flat out said, whatever's best for the team, that's what's going to happen. And like that's the kind of response. It's little things like that, like the love that they have for the club. Look at Juan Jesus had to have his baby. Congratulations to Juan Jesus and his wife with their baby girl. And he said, time to come back to Napoli to give everything I have. This guy is in love with Napoli. So whether Juan Jesus is suitable for that that defense or not, when you have the heart and passion in your body, you'll give everything you have. Makes the most mediocre players even that much better, because it makes me comfortable having them on the pitch. I mean, he might not be the best, defender we have, obviously, but he's going to give 110%, just like Mario Rui. And also something that just dawned upon me, Mario Rui is the last of the Mohicans for real, man. Like, he is the last guy on that 17-18 team that still exists on this team right now. Like,
is he?
Like,
is
literally.
Right? Wow.
Yes. If Mertens doesn't re-sign, which I don't know what's going on with that, but he'll be the last player on that team that's available. Last one.
Wasn't Zielinski played?
What about Medit? Was it Medit
on 17-18? You might be right. I'm not 100%. I don't remember.
You know what it was? It was that one picture of that starting lineup, and
yeah, but Gulam was in that lineup too. But that Gulam gets injured, and Mario Rui comes in for him, and maybe it was 16-17.
Yeah,
maybe that was whatever. It doesn't matter. If Zielinski was there, he wasn't really playing as much, But yeah, I mean, well, then he's one of them. Say it's Zielinski still there. It's one of them, Yeah, man. Like I feel like the love for Mario Rui is now valid. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people give him a lot of crap for a long time, and we heard the guys in the shadow saying things like, when they're kicking about before the game, taking shots on net, when Mario Rui's turn comes up, they all do the and then if he scores, they go nuts on him.
Didn't he have that long ball in the game that he tried to tank over the goaltender? Was that like a half court?
You almost got it too, man.
You almost got it.
If he had that,
yeah. So let me ask you, moving on from Mario Rui, because fine, we got this new young stud Kavra, this new Georgian wonder, and
Maradona, baby.
From what Cavradona, right? From what I heard, I mean, the crowd goes nuts when he touches the ball and scores.
Yep.
Am I right, Dan? Like, can you just give me a bit of? First of all, I'd like your input of what you feel about the kid. What your first impression is. Now, I don't want to overhype anybody, because I think sometimes we get guilty of that. Like, I don't want to be that guy. But, I mean, it's been nothing but a positive reception, I feel like, with this new kid. And I want to know first your opinion on him, what you feel he'll bring to the club, and if there's any overall reaction that you'd like to highlight, maybe if he talked to any, his reactions to the fans, or if there's anything special that you may have seen that we don't see here when we're watching these games.
Sure. So I mean, the thing that I noticed more than anything, just watching when he's actually taking on his defender, he don't care who's in front of him or where the defender is. He's gonna take him on no matter what. He has no fear. That's the one thing that I noticed right away. Is he doesn't care about messing up. He's gonna do what he can to get past his defender. Now, I have to admit, man, after seeing that combination with Victor when he scored that goal, that was some nice play there, man. But I have to admit, in the game, there was a few times after that when he attempted to take on his defender and he really didn't do too well.
Right.
And maybe one thing that he might have to learn a little bit is maybe not to try so hard, and maybe sometimes to see what the defender is willing to give him and maybe go at that a little bit more. But man, the talent, the shot capability, his vision, all that stuff, man, you could see right away that he has potential to be something pretty big.
I saw you talking about a few times he was kind of like dispossessed, keeping his feet by the ball. You think like that's something that he'll have to, I mean, I can't imagine the challenge that he'll face against actual Serie A teams.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be a problem? Do you think it's something that he'll adjust?
I don't know. I think we need to see him play a little bit more, maybe see what he does at the beginning of the season, when he is getting matched up with somebody that's not really giving him any room, and see if we got to give him a chance to actually show us before we can really start to judge whether he's going to be able to adjust quickly. But hopefully, if he doesn't adjust quickly, hopefully, the fans in general a little bit patient with them, because Serie A is a completely different world than what he's used to. You know what I mean? It's a defenders league. So I think he can, but we need to be patient with him too,
Salvatore, I wanted to ask you, how is his shot strength?
Dude, like the power behind his shot, that's there.
I'm sorry, go on.
That's there. I mean, every time I see him take a shot, the power behind the shot is there, and he's not afraid to shoot from anywhere. So that's a good thing. Like, when I was watching him, it didn't seem like he was like, okay, this is not the right angle, or maybe I can't really. No, he's not scared to shoot at all, and we need that too, right? We need somebody that is willing to take a shot whenever there's an opening. So that's good.
I almost noticed more finesse than power. Like he seems to pick his spots and just kind of like, especially those low shots to the corner, the far end, the far side of the net. I noticed him doing a lot of that, which I'm really excited about. But I do like his vision.
Watching him in the scrimmage, though, maybe it had something to do with the field being shortened when they do the scrimmages. I saw power there too. You know what I mean? I didn't notice moments where he didn't get enough power behind the ball. Like sometimes we notice that with Chucky. Sometimes like there's not enough power. That didn't ever jumped out at me. So, but maybe I didn't notice it either.
I'd like to read the results of the poll that we did on the Rant Twitter account at Napoli Rant. How does everyone feel about the new boy Kvicha Kvaratskhelia? 106 votes from everybody. Thank you so much for voting. We found a real gem, 76%. Meh, good, but needs time, 18%. Kvara what? Kvara who? 6%. Little ode to Jay-Z there. Why not? But only a few of you just are not really convinced. But I think the mass of this fan base is very excited about this kid. And who knew he was an ADL purchase? We'll get to that later. So I honestly never. One thing we can't do is doubt the scouts of Napoli, the scouting talent, the DS, Giuntoli and stuff like that. They go out to find these guys we can't even pronounce. And
Cavolo cazzo duro.
Yeah, cavolo cazzo duro. Hopefully, right? We've lost Dan.
Dan got the Joker laugh on.
Dude, man.
That's a good one.
K-Town,
Frank
no
Beeler.
more K-Town. Cazzo dure.
Cazzo duro, right? That's what we're gonna call him.
Vada cazzo duro. Yeah, hey, listen. That's a good one. Listen, Dan, it's funny. 'Cause everyone's trying to shorten Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, we don't know what to do.
And your nickname has more syllables than his last name. K-Town.
Dude, man, it's got 3 versions, man. Version 1,
Yeah.
just K-Town. Okay? Because there's K's all up in there and nobody knows how to say anything. So fuck it, man. Just K-Town. Then jukebox, add that to it. Every time he jukes somebody, jukebox.
Okay.
Then baby is just to make it sound a little bit longer and maybe a little bit more attractive. But K-Town, good enough.
Right, K-Town is.
I'm gonna get a jersey. I'm gonna get a jersey and put K-Town on it, man.
Do it.
K-Town.
Do it.
K-Town.
Do it. You know why? Because if you were to go and customize
K-Town.
jersey right now, Kvaratskheilia's last name doesn't fit on customization, and I can prove that to be true. Like you have to actually buy the Kvaratskhelia kit, or they have to increase the space there.
Yeah,
it only fit like I was 3 letters short when I tried to.
Dude, man, you should hear the at the player presentation and then at Dimaro. When like they're announcing him scoring, you should hear the crowd try to say his name. All you hear is
It's like they're vomiting or something.
I'm curious. One of my real concerns was how the hell are these fans in Naples gonna pronounce his name when his first goal comes in with Bellini, shouting it out there? How's it gonna happen? It's crazy.
Hey man, Decibel's got it down though, bro. Decibel, he said it. Yeah, man, Decibel got it down, man. He's been practicing. He got it down pretty good.
We all will. It's fine,
guys.
Give it a little bit.
I want to answer this question, then I want to ask Dan about a couple other players. What's Leonardo Rodriguez asked? What's the prediction and how much playing time Kvara gets this season from his first looks and obviously being his first season? I'm going to extend the question to both of you guys, but I'll start with our guest, Dan. How do you feel he pairs up?
So, I mean, as long as he keeps on performing like he is in training, he's going to start from the get-go, and I think Spalletti will give him at least 3 or 4 games to make a positive impact on the game. He doesn't have to score crazy goals or have crazy assists. He just needs to be able to consume defenders and make a positive impact. If that's the case, man, he's going to be the full-time starter, in my opinion. But if not, in 3 or 4 games, I see Spalletti, maybe looking towards Elmas. I mean, I can't really think of another player besides Elmas that he would put it over there, only because I think Politano is still going to get sold and Lozano will stick on the right wing. So, but I'm confident, man, that he's going to be the regular starter. There's just too much talent and potential there, and his vision on that side of the pitch, man, you can tell he knows where he wants to go. He just has to be able to beat his defender, and he has to, and I think it'll come. I don't think it's going to come as quickly as maybe some fans want it to, but it'll come.
Rafa?
Well, and that's the issue, is that if he doesn't start right away and we start we start the season off with Elmas on the left, who's going to get all the blame and all the crap for it is that, we buy players on the market and we don't even use them, this and that. So I think he's got to start right away for that reason also. But I could see a possibility that we go with a little bit more experience for maybe, say, the first match of the Champions League, depending on who that is. Now, we're in the third pot. So that doesn't really bode too well for us. We've got 2 strong teams ahead of us in pot A and B. No matter who it is. I mean, technically pot A, Frankfurt is in pot A. They won the Europa League. They finished 11th in Germany, but still they won the Europa League. So, that's probably the best bet for a pot A grouping. B, I can't remember exactly everyone in there, but you got to be a little bit good to be in pot B, right? You finish in 2nd or 3rd. Maybe if we get a favorable pot D draw and that becomes the first game that we play, which I think that's how it works. I don't know. where like a pot C plays a pot D. What I don't know. Maybe it's the draw, but maybe he gets a start in the Champions League. But again, he's a kid. He's growing. He'll have a couple matches under his belt before we start the Champions League. But I could see him going hard in Serie A, and then maybe we start Elmas just to be safe on that level. Maybe especially if it's away, when you're at the Maradona, you want to have these guys playing. But I have a lot of expectations for this kid without trying to be too over, having too much over expectation for him, because like anything, he's got to grow. I mean, don't get me wrong. Here I am going on Twitter like this guy's gonna light up Serie A. Watching the friendly with the guys at the shop, going, this guy's shit. He's gonna win it all. He's gonna do it all, and they're all like, calm down, relax. But I have a high expectation for him, and I think he can get a good few starts in the beginning. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Dan, last question, and then I'll let you skedaddle. I'll let you go to bed. Any youngsters on there? I know there's been talk about Zerbin. There's been talking about even Gaetano. If you want to,
Ambrosino too, right?
Ambrosino, I think he got loaned though. No,
did he get loaned out?
I think so. I think he
Possible.
got loaned.
Okay.
Somebody called Joe. But Dan, anybody that you saw that stuck out to you that maybe you would like to see this season, hopefully, or at least soon, maybe next season if he gets loaned out?
To be honest, no, Biz. I didn't really get to see the youngsters play enough.
Okay.
To make a judgment on that, and Gaetano was not available for the Sunday game. I don't think he played at all. I think he was sitting on the side. But I've seen enough of Gaetano already,
right,
where that dude needs to stay, especially since he can play more than one position. He can play in the middle. He can play up on the left. I think Gaetano stays. Zerbin, he looks okay. I mean, he doesn't look like somebody that's going to be able to really do much more than play in some Coppa Italia games, to be honest.
Okay. Fair enough.
Ambrosini's pretty young. So with Ambrosini, I don't know if he's been loaned out. I haven't heard anything about that, but that's quite possible because how young he is, and he needs to actually get more experience, because I don't see him, if he stays on the team, getting any real playing time at all.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
All right. So you were at the game Monday. You weren't at the game Thursday. The Anua game, right? The 10-0.
It was a Sunday game. Sunday.
Oh, sorry, Sunday. Yeah, today's Monday. Yeah.
Yep. I was at the game Sunday, not the one before that.
Yeah,
yep.
So because the Thursday game, the 10-0 against the Bassa, whatever, that was more of the kids there. The second half, I believe, all the kids came on and played a little bit. That was when I think it was Ambrosino who actually got a penalty kick in the last few minutes, and then ended up missing that, but then scoring the 10th. Yes, I don't remember if the kids played too much on the Sunday game. So you're right. I mean, listen, I'm of the opinion you keep Zerbin, you keep Gaetano, keep them on the squad. I think it's good. But who I want to see soon at some point, Coli Sacco from the Primavera. That's who I want to see. This tall dude in the midfield, big bulky guy. And he moves and gets around. He scores goals. He gets in there for corners. He gets in there for, he's one of the midfielders. I think he's got lots of promise, and I want to see him on the pitch at some point soon. Maybe not this year, next year.
I would love to see Vegata actually get on the first team.
Vegata too. Yes.
Yeah, but I know he got loaned out early, so hopefully he's getting. I don't know where he was sent to, but hopefully he's going to start each and every game to get that experience he needs.
Well, there's Joe. Joe
right here. Joe Pischetti in the house. Right here.
Yeah, look at that, man.
In the house. Hi, guys. Ambrosino hasn't been loaned out yet, but he will be. He's only been used as a sub. There you go. This is the one.
Sacco loaned to Provercelli with Vergata. Look at that.
That's right. I knew there was somebody loaned. That's the one. Thank you,
like
Joe.
that. Thank
Joe
you,
don't know,
Joe.
nobody knows.
I don't like that because I want Napoli's Primavera to do well, and maybe Joe can answer this too as we let Dan go quick. But I know I'm not 100%, but is the youth league the same setup as it used to be? So are we playing the same group stage matches that we get drawn into for the regular Champions League? Do we even qualify, even though we just barely made it? It kept ourselves in Primavera 1 against Genoa. That's the weird way to go about it, but that's the way it is. That's how it was before anyway. It's if your senior team makes the Champions League, you're in the UEFA Youth League in the same group as the senior team. So if Joe can answer that, that would be cool. But I really am very excited about Dan, I guess before you go, Raff, if you don't mind me asking, I know we have a month left for the transfer market. A lot of people are flipping their lids about what's going on. What is the overall sense of what's going on with the players that were sold, the players that left on their contract ending, players that haven't come in yet, players that have come in yet? What's the overall feeling at Dimaro about that? Is it more geared towards these fans meeting their players and getting autographs and taking pictures and doing all that stuff? Or is it because I know Spalletti caught some stuff at the press conference or at the unveil, whatever it was, from some fans that he had to quietly, he had to gracefully shut up. What's the sense of feeling there? Like, and on that note, how do you feel personally? And how do you think this team we see now can finish in Serie A? Now, again, I know a month left, still got moves to make. We lost Dybala today, whatever. That's fine. We move on. What do you think, man? How is Dan Bowen's head going right now?
So, first at Dimaro, I've been there at least without COVID the last 3 years,
Right.
and there's always the ADL haters per se that just want to hate on ADL in general. They're always going to be there no matter what. That's just a thing. I mean, it was a thing with, ownership previous. There was even groups that hated on Berlino when Maradona was winning Scudettos, so that's always going to be there.
Yeah.
But, bro, they're protesting and the general attitude, there was more whistling and booing when they talked about, when the mayor of the town talked about thanking the Delaurentiis family, then there was cheering or anything else for anybody. Even when Decibel got on his phone and went live with Koulibaly and we, yelled out his name several times, the whistling and the booing for ADL was louder. And whether you agree with how fans feel about it or not, for me, man, we need to understand there's a lot of emotions going on right now with losing the core of what people are used to seeing on the pitch of players that gave their heart and soul to the club, bro. So the emotion is there, and we got to understand how people are feeling. So that's how I feel what is going on with the fans in general. A lot of it is emotion, and some of it, in my opinion, is justified for how things have been going on with the club the last few years. For me, it started with Cavani being sold, and from there, it's just trickling downward and downward and downward and downward. I mean, everybody hates Higuain, or Pupita, like I like to say, for doing what he did. But, bro, man, that wasn't all him. That was ADL too. You know what I mean? It was part of what was going on with the club. And for a player to be able to, have the courage and the guts to do that, it's a sad state of affairs that things are the way they are now. I don't think that there's a very strong possibility for those things to be repaired until a Scudetto comes. the only thing that's going to repair the relationship is a Scudetto, man. That's the only thing that's going to happen. That's going to get the fans behind ADL. And
or a
for
big
me
move,
personally,
or a big move, like
okay.
like
So for me, right,
Mhm.
it sucks that we lost probably our best player in the ADL era. But if ADL can make the moves that he needs to, like getting Kim, Delafao, and Simeone, which I've seen as a possibility on some of the reports, if he picks up those 3 players, I'm back on the Scudetto train, bro. Like, I'm riding that fucker like I was last year.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
I'll update my fucking profile again to Scudetto a buck. If those 3 players are signed, and I'll believe that ADL was telling the truth when he said he's going to fight to bring a Scudetto to Napoli. But if he doesn't make those type of moves, who in their right mind can believe that he really wants to win a Scudetto? He's got over 20 mil in salaries gone that he can spend, and he's got 40 mil from the Koulibaly sale, and he's got Champions League money. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about the checkbook need to stay balanced and all that. Nobody's asking for us to go fucking bankrupt, man. We're asking for the moves to be made to still challenge for the Scudetto. It's about challenging for it, right? It's not about we have to win it, but it's about having the confidence that the players that he gets and the ones that are playing are giving their heart and soul to win the Scudetto. And the players that just left, bro, they all wanted that fucking Scudetto, man. You know, so that's how I feel about it.
I think it's a good way to look at it, right? I mean, the fact is that we understand the emotional gut, punch to the gut, losing, 3 of the most beloved players on your squad, especially with Koulibaly. There's a lot of people kind of upset, even in the chat, about, send-offs and things. And I get all that. The great thing about Napoli is that we are a hospitable city. As crazy as we are and emotional, we're very hospitable. And when to see people go, and to people who are that important to us, we certainly want to thank them in our own special way. And part of that is, with a send-off at the stadium. We saw what happened when Callejon came back to the Maradona, and he came onto the field as a sub, and we gave him a huge ovation, a big standing ovation for a little while. This was even reported to us. I mean, we saw it in the TV, but Miguel from in the shadow talked about it. So yes, I get all that, but I'm on the I'm agreeing with Dan in this case about hopefully if he says what he says and he means it and he does what he does, then maybe we could hopefully that'll be a little bit more positive and give a little bit of relief to the whole fans, to the whole fanship. But Dan, I don't want to keep you too much longer. But is there anything you want to conclude? Go on.
One more thing about Dybala, man. So you got people that are really upset about the whole Dybala thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Dybala. I wasn't sold on Dybala ever, right? I'm not confident that he's just going to turn us into a Scudetto favorite like a lot of people want to say.
No.
But here's the problem, man. If he's going to Roma, then dudes aren't even playing in the Champions League. So for me, whether you think it's a conspiracy theory or not, that has to have something to do with Dybala not really liking where the club is going in the direction in the project, right? Because Dybala is a champion. Dybala wants to win trophies.
Okay.
Dybala wants to progress in the Champions. He doesn't want to be on a team that doesn't even play in the Champions League, and Napoli's in it. So, I mean, we ever going to hear him say something like that? Probably not, right?
No, you're
probably not. No, we're not.
Here's a theory that I have. We offered him 6 mil without bonus, so guaranteed 6. He took 4.5 plus 1.5 bonuses with Roma, which he might hit, he might not. Who knows? His injuries, his history. I'll give him that he's a champion. I'll give him that he's a great talent. Don't get me wrong. Dybala, and I've said this for years, Dan, years, Raff, years. Dybala is my favorite Juventus player. If I had to pick one player I wanted on Napoli, it was Dybala. I also shunned the prospect of the move because of his injuries, because of his history, because of his small decline. He had a decent season last year, wasn't terrible, but the excitement of possibly signing Dybala came over me when it's a little more realistic. Then I came right back down quickly. But here's another thing I think. Is it possible that Mourinho, being at Roma, urging on this project that Roma has, 6th place 2 seasons in a row, spending 200 million. Okay. Yes, they won the Conference League. They had to create a new European trophy for Roma to win one. It's a little knock. That's a little knock on Roma. However, I still view it as an accomplishment, and I gave them their props, and I still do. Okay, great. Now they're in the Europa League. Dybala has a chance to make more money in Naples, guaranteed, and come to Napoli, play in the Champions League, start every game, become the icon of Napoli that we know he can, right? If he's healthy. Do you think, though, that the pressures of an Argentinian superstar coming to Napoli, it didn't affect or phase Higuain when he came? He took care of it. It didn't affect or phase Lavezzi when he came. He was an unknown and made himself a name. But Dybala is a proven champion. He's not Messi. He's not Di Maria. He's not, he's a great player, but he's not these players. Do you think maybe the pressures of him coming to Napoli and the expectations of him filling pretty big shoes, man, pretty big shoes, got to him and he said, you know what? Mourinho's there. I'll go there. I'll say it's the project, blah, 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 blah. Even though Project Mourinho usually lasts 3 seasons, so he's got 2 more to do something. You know what I mean? Like,
Rafa, I'm sorry to cut you off. Listen, when I was in Italy recently, right, I was walking down. I was near like Piazza di Gesù. I was with a friend of mine, and I was walking by these couple stores, and I heard somebody say something about Dybala. I didn't hear it clearly, mind you. So I asked my friend. I was like, "What did he just say?" He's like, "Oh, he's making fun of the guy." Supposedly, the guy talking was a Napoli fan talking to I think like a Juventini, maybe like a Juventini who's from Napoli over there. It's weird. They look like they knew each other, but they were busting each other's balls. Like, well, what did he say? He's like, oh, he's making fun of him because Dybala might come to Napoli. This was the first time I heard about it. Mind you, this was like weeks ago before Dybala was really big into the headlines. I turned around and I was like, Dybala's never coming to Napoli. You can guarantee it. And then my friend was like, what do you mean? I was like, the guy ain't coming. The guy's not coming to Napoli. I was like, I don't think he fits. Now, he's not a bum. Like, I mean, Dom, you're in here. It's not like I'm against.
Yeah, he's
Dybala.
definitely not a bum, man.
He's not a bum.
Hell
I just
no.
don't think he's coming between the salary, between some of his being injury prone. Even Joe Fischetti said it. He probably said it jokingly, but he got a point in his last podcast about considering our track record with injuries for the past couple of years. I don't think you want a guy like Dybala in there right now. If there's one thing that's really bad in Napoli right now, it's our medical staff and how we're treating some of the health of our players. And you don't want a guy like that. There was a couple posts about the amount of days he was out injured. I don't think Napoli can afford that. You can't afford to make him the highest paid player on your team only to risk losing him for more than half a season.
Look what happened with Roma. They signed him and gave him an instant 20 million buyout.
Yeah,
like the 20 million clause, right? Anybody could trigger that 20 million next year and he's gone. It's only 20 mil. He's going to be here for 1 season. You know what I mean? So like I think for me, I think it was smart business that we did not take Dybala. Everyone's going to kill me about that. It's the name, it's the value, sure. Yeah. And if he had come in, I think a lot of doubters of ADL would have maybe sung another tune. But it just doesn't work. We'd have to change a formation. We'd have to cater to him too. For me, it doesn't work. A player like Deulofeu works much better. And Ralph, when you were saying that, when you were in Italy and that dude was saying that, it was Ronaldo and Dybala, and it's like, or maybe both. And never once did we really think that either would be realistic. But then when Dybala's salary was coming down and everybody was talking about how oh, Inter, they're waiting on Inter, but meanwhile, Napoli's offering 6, Roma's offering this, and it's like, well, wait a minute, these are manageable. This is a manageable salary for free. Why not? Let's try it. But look what happened. Now he goes to Roma, and there's a 20 million buyout clause. Like you're only looking to profit 20 mil from this kid. Like that's a little shady to me. It's a little shady. And one thing, if that's what he wanted at Napoli, ADL would never go for that. You know that ADL is stubborn, and he's a man who does things his way or no way. That's why we lose a lot of players. But it's also why we get some of the players we get, and it's also why we're in the financial situation that we're in. And I know everybody hates to hear that because
time out.
They don't
Carmelo, what are you talking about, my dude? See, this I'm getting. This is where like the Daniel Bowen. Are you sticking around? I mean, you could. You're welcome,
man. Yeah, I'm here.
Are you? Fuck it, right? You'll just ride with us for another 15, 20 minutes. Listen, man. This is. It's not about criticizing the club or ADL. We don't want Dybala, period. I don't care if fucking Jeffrey Bezos was the owner of this team. Yeah. We just don't want it. Why does everything have to correlate with us being some kind of ADL loyalist? Stop it. We're not.
No. Hold on. Let me say something to Carmelo.
Is that what this means?
Because Carmelo,
I want to know.
Because Carmelo is one of the guys who, if we say one nice thing or one good thing about what ADL does, we're ADLD writers. But at the same time, if he does anything that makes sense for the team, they don't acknowledge it at all. Not at all. They'd rather protest. They'd rather not watch. They'd rather not support. They'd rather not do this and that. And Dan, I know you said that most people didn't say this, but there were some people on the live feed the game that you went to, a live feed I'm watching on TV and seeing it. We need bankruptcy. We need fallimento. I'm telling you, man, as the game was going on in Italian, we need fallimento. Is that right? We need fallimento. Let's go to fallimento then. Let's do it. And Carmelo, listen, there's just like you have the right to criticize everything ADL does and still claim that you support the team and that you love the team. We have a right to see what he does do good and point it out as well, with also loving the team. Just because we like what ADL's business model is and what he does, and doesn't mean we don't disagree with some things. And like, no one wanted Koulibaly to leave without a no one wanted Koulibaly to leave without a send-off. Nobody wanted Mertens to leave without a send-off. And that's a problem. That's a problem with Maggio. It was a problem with a couple of other players. Hamsik, for Christ's sake. Okay. Yeah. And ADL has a big effing mouth, and he talks a lot of shit. And sometimes we get tired of it. But we also have the wherewithal to point out the smart moves that he makes. And God forbid we do, we're ADLD writers. Okay, man. If that's how you feel, then whatever. That's how you feel. But don't come in here telling us, oh, we can't go one day without praising ADL. Let me tell you something. We bring Dybala in for one season. We don't win a Scudetto, and he goes somewhere for 20 mil next year because someone triggered the clause. How about that? That? Come on, man. Give me an effing break, especially with this case. Give me a break. Then he's going to not pass on Dybala because he offered 6 mil and Roma offered less, and he took Roma. So that's not on ADL. ADL offered what he was supposed to offer. But let's say we do that. Let's say we skip Dybala and we get Deulofeu, Simeone, Kim, who else? Navas, all for under 100 million. All for under 100 million. And it works out.
Man. Hey, Rafa, man, you don't really think we're going to get all those players, though, do you? I mean, even Nanez, hold on, did I say his name right?
Navas, the goalie.
Yeah, man, you really think all 4 of them players?
No, I know. So first of all, Kim is
I know you're Mr. Optimistic, but come on, bro.
Okay. Well, can I chime in? Hold on, can I chime in?
Kim is tomorrow. Tomorrow, Kim is going to sign.
I'm confident we're getting Kim, for sure.
Kim is going to sign.
I'm confident we're getting Deulofeu.
Deulofeu for me is coming in.
Man, I fucking hope so, man. I saw him play last year at the Maradona versus.
Yeah.
Dude, man, that dude is
hold on.
He's aggressive. I really hope we get that guy.
Carmelo, the point we're trying to say is not that you haven't give credit. It's not that. We don't care if you like or dislike them. Just don't label us as these, loyal to the crown people. That's not what we do on this show. Those are not our intentions.
It doesn't fit our narrative. We don't have a narrative, man.
It's not about not giving credit.
Fans. We're Napoli fans. Look, I'm wearing a fucking Napoli hat, a Napoli freaking jacket, and I brought the blue belt because the other one is black. I brought the blue one.
What's my narrative? What's the narrative? What's the narrative? What narrative?
What's our narrative?
We talk about Napoli, good, bad, indifferent.
We cheer for Napoli. We cheer for Napoli. And ADL is the president of Napoli. Okay, you don't have to like him, but it's just like the goddamn freaking country of the United States of America. You ain't got to like who's in the office. But guess what? You're still American, right? You ain't got to like who's in the office in your country. But you're still a native of your country. You still love your country, correct? I'm going to support the country. I'm going to support Napoli. Doesn't matter if Daniel Bowen is the president of Napoli. I'm going to support him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand. Like
we know you're a fan, and we accept everything you have to say.
Fine. So you're a fan, and we're not because we support ADL and what he does, and most of the time too. Right, Ralph? Because it's not 100%.
Dude, Raff, if I could say one thing, if there's any fucking fan out there, everybody knows that I have a lot of things to say about ADL, but no fucking way will I ever not support the fucking team because I don't agree with the fucking president. It's not about the president. It's about the fucking shirts. This right here, motherfuckers. This is about. This is what support. Right here.
Some people forget what Solo Amadia means. You know what I mean?
I love it.
They forget.
I love this. Let's get cash from loans of
about not watching the games anymore because you're pissed off at Delaurentiis, man. That's bullshit. No more of that shit. If you want to be that way, then fuck off. Go away. I don't want you to be a fan.
Listen, hold on. But before, yeah, I love that too. Sempre Forza Napoli, bro. It's first. Listen, this is not about grouping, and nobody is grouping anybody. Please show me the clip in the show. Please show me one of our tweets that ever grouped anybody or offended anybody because they were against Delaurentiis and we were against that. Not true. In fact, for 3 days straight, we've been bombarded by Napoli fans with all this bullshit, this narrative shit. What fucking narratives, dude? So, a fucking waiter who loves Napoli, who has a little show. What narrative do I? What's my narrative?
Here's the thing.
What's my narrative? That I love a healthy Napoli? Is that too much? That I like some things that ADL do and I don't like some things that ADL doesn't do? What's the narrative? Tell me. Because it's a lot of this, but back it up. Tell me what. Tell me what.
See, but he's saying the same thing. He's saying
not just him. This is not just for Carmelo.
It's about the shirt, he says. It's about the shirt. Okay, so we're saying the same thing, though, Carmelo. We're saying the same thing. It's about the shirt. You're right. It's about the shirt. But there have been fans on Facebook in Italian, on Facebook in English, on Twitter in Italian, and in that Facebook live feed, the comments in the live feed during the game, which pop up on my screen, every 5 to 10 seconds, vai in fallimento, vai in fallimento, vai in fallimento. If that's what you really want, fallimento, I don't know if you guys are young enough or old enough to remember 2004. Yes. I know Dan Bowen is a fan from after 2004. 2004 was the worst time of our lives. It was the worst time of my life. There was no more Napoli. And that was for real. Like, we talk about, fallimento, we know it's never going to happen again. But guess what? That was real back then, man. We had to start from the dirt. You know, and yeah, I appreciate ADL for that. And yeah, we have to make adjustments and move on. And we're entering year 17 now of it, and it's got to 18. It's got to progress at this point for sure. But people in here overreaction. The ultimate overreaction is amazing. You guys make it seem like that we just finished in 13th instead of 3rd. Like, come on, man. 2020, we won the Coppa Italia. We finished in 7th place. It was terrible. Then we went up 2 spots, and then we went up another 2 spots. Well, guess what? If we go up another 2 spots this year, what does that make us? makes us champions. That's where the trend is headed. Okay, we lost our core. Yes, we did. And we all have the right to be pissed off about it. I hung up this Koulibaly jersey because he's my favorite. Like, you guys have no idea how, and you probably do. I can't say you don't have an idea because that's wrong. But this Koulibaly move affected this household greatly. I had crying kids and myself. You know what I mean? My fiance called Koulibaly her backup man. Like if I died, she'd go get Koulibaly. Like, you guys understand that him leaving hurt so bad, hurt me more than Insigne leaving. And he's an actual son of Napoli. Koulibaly moving on hurt so bad. But guess what? We have got to move on, because if everybody, especially including the team, ADL, everybody from ADL to Tommy, from Raff and Raff to the Calcio Center on Twitter, if everybody continues this overreaction of what's going on, then it is going to affect us. Instead, why can't we just stay positive and go along with what's going on right now? There's still so much time left in this transfer market to make some moves to strengthen this squad. Dan said it himself. If we make 2 or 3 of those moves I just said, we're back in the Scudetto hunt. Like we're no slouches, guys. We are still in this thing, and we all have to just try to stay positive. Just stay positive, and that's it.
I want to add, Rafa. I mean, I know some people are listen. When Rafa speaks about what he read about bankruptcy, he's not implying it to anybody in this chat necessarily. Obviously, nobody in here has directly said.
And I haven't implied that to anybody I know personally either, through Twitter, through Facebook. I don't know somebody that has. The only person I know, whoever Calcio Center is out there, he's the only person that I called out. Because he's the guy that said, I can't support this team with ADL. Yeah.
Listen.
That's him that said that. So that's why I called that guy out.
Right.
I don't know anybody
among others. Fuck that guy. I don't even want to talk to. I don't even want to mention his name on the show because his takes are terrible. He shit on you. Here's the point, Carmelo. We are trying to meet in the middle. Here's the thing, though. You have to accept some of the things that we like as well. Because the minute we defend ADL lately, it's like, well, you're ADL loyalists. Who do you root for, ADL or the team? What kind of question is that to ask us, honestly, here? We pay money to be here. This is not free. We don't get paid. ADL doesn't sponsor this show. No, we pay with our own money to be here.
Right.
To try to
we don't
at
make
least offer another perspective. We try to go out there and right, we don't. We pay to be here. We our time, our money, whatever. That's not your problem. That's our problem. But we do it because it's a labor of love. We don't do it for ADL. We do it for the team. There's some things that we like that the president did, but there's also some things that we don't like. In fact, Koulibaly did hurt. It hurt us. I bought 3 jerseys. My last 3 jerseys that I bought was Insigne, Mertens, and Koulibaly. The last 3 that I bought, and they're all gone. They're all gone now. So if you think I'm not hurt, I'm hurt. But I can't just sit here and cry and moan and bitch about it all day long. I have to see what's next. I have to come on here with Rafa or Dan or whoever who is our guest and try to give you some information.
One thing to think
you
about,
want to
man.
meet in the middle, let's meet in the middle. But every time I'm going to defend them, if you're going to call me a loyalist, then fuck you. Not you, Carmelo, but just people in general. Or if you're going to be condescending towards me, then I don't need to speak to you.
People can't debate anymore. It just can't debate. It's
like
because
let me tell you. Hold on. And if Delaurentiis, he did sell the heart of this team, a backbone, the most beloved players probably to ever wear a Napoli shirt in his own era. 3 of them, and they're all gone in the same year. I'm acknowledging, right? If you want here, I'm acknowledging. I'm sorry. I understand. That shit hurts. It hurt me. It hurt Rafa. It hurt Dan. It hurt everybody in this chat. It hurt. But what are we going to do about it now is my question. It's gone. We can't change things. So what do? Well, we hope that Delaurentiis now is going to take this money and buy the guys he said he was going to buy and fulfill his promise. Because this is the first time ever he came out and said, go on.
Biz, listen, dude, man. But if ADL doesn't make these moves, bro, all this stuff is justified. He has to make the move still.
but Dan,
you have to acknowledge that if ADL doesn't make the moves, then the emotion that people are expressing is justified. I'm not talking about the bullshit.
I think it's already justified. I think it's already justified.
I mean, you have to understand where they're coming from. And it's shit to try to say somebody's a loyalist or somebody's a hater. I don't give a fuck, man. But you turn your back on them players. Imagine what the players are thinking when they're at the player presentation and Delaurentiis' family's name is mentioned, and there's whistling and booing. Imagine what the players are feeling. Think about what the players are feeling when you do that shit.
Here's
do you
the thing.
think they want to stay somewhere where that's what the focus is? But no, they don't, man.
I don't even have a problem with them booing or whistling ADL.
Yeah, boo all you want.
Problem with that.
You're allowed to express yourself.
That's free, in America, it's a freedom of speech, and I'm hoping it's there in Italy too. But the thing I have a problem with is the constant chants during the games. The constant chants, like Michele said, they constantly chanted against the team. Even during a 6-1 win over Sassuolo, they chanted against the team. They're mad about not winning the Scudetto. Fine, they're mad. But this team can't handle negative vibes in that stadium. That stadium is a fortress, man. It's a fortress. It's a way to. It's the 12th man on the pitch, literally.
Man, dude, who is this? You better not get an A16 tattoo.
No, don't.
Listen.
Carmelo, we didn't want to make you feel that way.
No, Carmelo, it's not. What you have to understand is that when people say that they're not going to support the club as long as ADL is gone, is not here, or is in power, whatever you want to say, that's hurting the club. You're still hurting the club. The Neapolitans in Naples that are not going to go to the games, that are going to whistle, that are going to boo all game, that are going to give it to the players because of the association with ADL, that doesn't help Napoli. It puts us in a position where you want Fallimento, we're going to give you Fallimento, and then what? Everyone's going to cry because we don't exist anymore? Like, come on, man.
Listen, let me play I guess it wouldn't be devil's advocate, it'd be the fans advocate here. That's my beef with ADL. He should have taken that shit and not let the coach and players take it. I agree. I totally agree with this. I think ADL has to face the music. Here's the deal. This is how I think of it. Okay. You've gotten a divide now that's been it's like the fracture is so big that it's starting to push fans and things like that down to the extreme edges, right? Mm-hmm. It's polarizing. It's putting everything in the opposite. It's this love-hate, and it's not good. And we're going farther and farther away from the center. And because of that, we have now these two different factions of now we want to label as left and right, like anti-ADL and pro-ADL. But that's not the case. It's just so crazy how that shit works. It's happening with the politics. And funny enough, and it's happening in America because it's happening so much with the politics in our country. It's like we've been preconditioned to fucking take sides.
Yep.
There is no side taking in this case.
That's
you can disagree and agree.
Era, bro.
We all love Napoli.
Media era. Me, and Dan were born in 1980. I was in 1983. What about you, Ralph? 1983.
83.
Right?
Don't tell nobody.
Dan. Well, we just told the Dan, 83.
Ooh, 73, bro.
Faccio got 73.
Yeah, I got 10 years on you, man.
10 years older than me. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, we are children of before really the social media era. The social media era children are taking sides left and right, and that's it. And we don't take sides. Like these guys think we're taking sides by saying ADL did good here. You guys don't listen to when we say ADL didn't do good here. Point being, Dom wrote in here, Ralph, you said that ADL was justified. Justified in what? I never said ADL was justified. See, listen to me, dude. I never said ADL was justified. I said the fans are justified in being pissed off about the players that left. Dan said that if he doesn't bring players in, then they're justified. I said players are already justified to feel that way. They're already justified to lose, having lost Ospina,
Koulibaly, Insigne, and Mertens in the same window. Justified. I said it on this rant before. You can't lose everybody in the same window. It's never going to happen. No way. And it happened. Don't you think that pissed me off? I'm not sitting here going, oh, yeah, all right, let's go. No, I was pissed off about it. Now, if we make the replacements, ADL will make the replacements. That's why I'm not as worried as everybody else. Because Dan, Ralph, ADL is all about that replacement player. He's going to sell a player off and then get those players to fill the boots, whether it's the players we want or not, whether it's the big names or not. Napoli always do it well. And every time they do it, they still finish in European places or better. You know what I mean? When it comes to like Champions Europa, whatever, win cups. Someone even said, I don't remember, in all this crap. We haven't won shit. Oh, we haven't won shit. We haven't won shit. Before 2012, we haven't won shit. I'm sorry. Before 1987, we haven't won shit. Before 1987, if you told me, yo, man, we haven't won shit. Yeah, we haven't. Three Coppa Italia from 26 to 87 ain't shit. But 3 Coppa Italia in 8 years and a Super Coppa and constant Champions League, Europa League finishes, second place finishes, that's something to behold, in my opinion. We all want the Scudetto. That's not a secret. Nobody can sit here and say they don't want the Scudetto. Everybody in this goddamn chat room, everybody watching on YouTube, everybody listening on audio wants the Scudetto.
Rafa, let me ask you. Let me ask you, just so you know, there has to be some type of accountability with ADL's mouth. Do you think that
100%.
Do you think that some of these boos and jeers are checks and balances? I mean, listen, I'm not crazy about the over, and Dan, maybe I'll even extend that question to you. Like, I'm not crazy about all of it, but I understand some of it. ADL got a mouth. Sereno said it last week about, like, yo, you're bringing this on you. And I agree with Sereno. If you talk all that shit, people are going to respond to you, and especially Napolitano. They're not going to take your shit. These are people who have been taking so much shit from the rest of Italy that they'll even go at their own president. They don't care. And I respect that a whole lot about the fans. It's like, I don't take your shit. Now, forget the market. Forget business for a moment. We're all, I think everybody agrees, even those who are not so fond of ADL agrees that his business tactics were somewhat sound. But at what point do you shut the fuck up? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point I mean, come on, man. Listen, I'm happy about the business, but you know how Napoli is, how Napolitani are, okay? And you have to kind of cater to that a little bit. You have to know your crowd. You have to know your customers. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You can't open up a vegan restaurant and say, screw you, I'm serving hamburger. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, these are your peoples. How do you calm them down? Now, it's, to me, in my opinion, ADL, you're the president, right? You got to be the bigger person always. All right. Anybody in a position of authority, and you can ask Dan because Dan was in the military. If you are in a position of authority, you need to be the bigger person. You need to be the smarter one, and you need to be the one to motivate your troops. And I get this a lot from the CNC group because we do have a lot of military personnel or former or current military, and they all say the same thing. All right. You want to follow your captain fucking into the battle. Nobody's willing to die for ADL right now. And whose fault is that? It's not the fans' fault. I don't think so. And
it would have made a big difference if he would have shown up to the player presentation, and all he needed was to get a couple players behind him, let the fans know, hey, listen, this is the president. He's got some words to say, and it would have worked out good for him. He needs to be more intimate and more, like you said, catered to the fans. He needs to do things like that because emotion is everything, man. Everybody reacts on emotion. They might think about what they did later on, but emotion is what drives people. You know what I mean? So it was very disappointing that, I mean, he didn't even come to the scrimmage on Sunday, man. Even his son, Ed Doe, he didn't want to show face. He was sitting underneath the tent. Usually he comes out to the field, looks up at the fans, get a feel how the atmosphere is. He didn't want anybody to even see him. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's a problem because of exactly what Raff said. He said that ADL talks a lot of shit, spews a lot of crap out of his mouth a lot of the time, and at what point does he shut the F up? Well, I think now is the point, Ralph, because he hasn't been anywhere near the stage. This guy is the star of the show all the time, and he has not been anywhere. And that's saying a lot right now. Like, he knows, I feel like he knows that he's got to come up with something big for these fans to get back on his side. Because he's out there, sono io vostro Cavani. He's out there saying a lot of bullshit that he says. Again, me criticizing ADL. Let's freeze over hell now. But it's true. He hasn't been around to say anything or back up Spalletti or say something to the fans in public, because I think he's legitimately afraid that if he doesn't make a move, it's over. Like the fans will revolt, which I, again, am saying that it's justified. It's justified. Fine. But at the same time, I think with his track record, you should have a little bit of faith. I'm not trying to say when he shows up to Dimaro or to wherever they're going next against Castel di Sangro, that you get on your hands and knees and give him the, praise ADL, praise ADL. Yeah. I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying boo, whistle, do whatever you want. But listen to the guy speak if he comes out and speaks. Yeah. And that's a problem because he hasn't come out to speak. So that might be another reason why the fans are pretty upset. You want to talk a lot of crap all the time, and now you ain't saying nothing, and you have to come out and say something. It's a mistake that ADL is making right now, is to not come out and say something.
Right.
Yep.
Really quickly, I know we're going over time, but I really want to address something. Dom, my man, you're my friend, and I love you, brother. You're like a brother to me because we talk in private all the time. My barber brother, you're in New York now, all that stuff. But you came here and said that, touching on the players that are leaving, that I said that one day, here it is right here. I want to read this because he said, cool, then you said it was a good move to lose our core players because of age, but the week before you said they must stay, bro. Dom, I never said that it's a good move to lose our core players. I said I understand the reasoning. I said that the age with the contract that they wanted and ADL's resources didn't match up. Chelsea, sure. Toronto FC splashing the cash, fine. But ADL not being able to, like, I also said they must stay. Yes, I did say that. I said Koulibaly must stay and Ospina must stay. I said that. And I really want Mertens to stay. That's what I said. I also said within reason. I said we can't, like if there's one player to break the bank, fine, it's Koulibaly. But if it's going to harm Napoli and their budget, let's not forget that word, guys, budget. We don't have ADL's budget papers in front of us. He's the math guy. He's got guys that take care of that. It ain't us. So we can't sit here and run his business for him. As fans, yeah, we want what we want. But if it doesn't make any sense, then it's not gonna happen. And I'm at peace with that. That's what I mean, Dom, by that. Like, nobody wanted to see them go, and I'm not happy that they're gone. But at the same time, I get it. I get it. I understand.
Can I interject too? I mean, what makes us think that maybe K2 didn't want to leave a little bit? Now, we were fucking bombarded by Charlie, all right, saying that, we're just making up excuses and ADL was pushed out and yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, I'm bringing up interviews that he had in April, even before anybody knew anything, saying that, his transfer fees were high and sometimes it blocked him from going to another team. I mean, that's pretty cryptic of him saying that, yeah, there might have been there was possibly a time that he may have wanted to leave in the past and couldn't because the players didn't want to pay the transfer fee that ADL set for him. I mean, whatever. It's, again, this is not being judgmental, but why can't it be that I want to put up a comment for Sereno. I'm going to leave it up here for a second. Why can't it be that maybe KK just wanted to leave. Maybe he wanted something new. He wanted ADL should come on the fucking rant. I mean, lots of people should come on the rant, but like, but why can't it be that maybe he wanted a new air? You know what I mean? He wanted something new. Maybe he wanted to go get that new bag. Maybe he wasn't going to resign next season. Mind you, it's not far-fetched to think that Koulibaly was going to stay another season. Okay, he was going to Champions League. He had one more year. He could have became a free agent
left for free
and got a bag of money, probably the same amount that he got now. If I'm
only
guessing.
1 year.
All right, but instead the offer came now. The offer came now, where he was able to get the salary that I guess he probably thought of the max that he can get, and on top of that, brought $40 million to the coffer of Delaurentiis so he can take that money and rebuild this project. I think Koulibaly was well aware of ADL's intentions. So at the end of the day, it was a difficult decision, and it's a difficult thing for the fans to feel. But in the long run, maybe it became the better decision for all parties involved.
Ralph.
That's a possibility. And it's a very fair for one of us. In fact, I think just about every Napoli content creator had the same take.
In the last,
it's very possible. And for us to say we want him to stay, we should that's our opinion. Again, it's something we want. And when that didn't happen, when that changed, we have to change along with it and provide you the facts and now provide our new feelings about such event.
It's funny that you're saying
we can't just sit here for an hour and just trash ADL now.
It's funny that you're saying
this is not what this show is going to be.
I hold this championship belt, right? Wrestling is the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. It's the generation. That's what it is. It's the generation. When you go to a WrestleMania and expect something to happen and want something to happen and you feel like something's going to happen, but they change it and something doesn't happen, or what you wanted to happen didn't happen, the place goes ape shit. Everything sucks. Everything is crap. It was terrible. People leave, this and that. That's just the generation that we live in. It's the times we live in. We want things to happen. When it doesn't happen, we lose our mind. I get it. We got bombarded with everybody leaving in the same time, and that does suck. But we have to just go with it. We have to. We have no choice now at this moment. We have no choice. Dom, I didn't go back on my take. I changed my take. Just like Koulibaly changed his take, because his take was, I want to stay in Napoli forever. But he did say, remember, if I can go somewhere else and it will help Napoli, I will take the transfer. And not for nothing, but in the 8 years that Delaurentiis and Napoli have had Koulibaly on the books, they have gotten multiple offers of 60 million and more for Koulibaly in these past few seasons. Obviously, the offers diminished as the years went on, but ADL, instead of taking Opapone, instead of taking the money, kept him. But God forbid ADL sold Koulibaly after 2018, after that big goal in 2018 for 100-something mil. Everybody would have lost their shit. ADL's a papone. He's pocketing the money, blah, blah, blah. He's only after the money. He doesn't care about the fans. And now that he was able to at least get some money in for him, 31 years old, last year of his contract, could have waited till January and agreed with Chelsea for free like Insigne did with Toronto. Instead, he went now. We made 40, and we're reinvesting in the team. But God forbid anybody else sees it a different way. You know what I mean? You got okay, yeah, it sucks, but look at it this way too. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Koulibaly's the leader in the locker room. He would have been the captain. It would have been beautiful. I wanted that so much. But guess what? It didn't happen. And now we got to move on. Yes, we can criticize ADL all you want, but don't try to make it out to be this catastrophe, because we haven't even seen a single match in the season yet. Let's wait. Let's see what happens. I mean, come on, man.
You see, as far as this comment, right here, I'll just give you Vincent. The Mercado isn't even 20% over. JCC.
September 1.
September 1.
Appacienz, ci vole. Appacienz. Siamo. It's not over yet, guys. Aspetta un attimo. Madonna mia. Madonna mia. Like this. How do they do, Dan? In the movie? Like this.
We're even gonna start the season.
Oh.
We're gonna start the season and start 3 weeks left of the transfer market.
Oh, we got $40 million just got deposited in a bank account. We're going after the Koreans. We're going after the fucking Swiss. We're going after all of them. Let's wait. Let's just wait till it's over. I'm not defending ADL. I'm just saying give him his time. Give him his time to work. And then if he doesn't, we'll come back on the show.
There you go.
Dan, and we will let him have it. I will tag his ass. I will support your anti-ism, and that's fine. That's fine. But that needs to happen first. Let him work out his plan. I understand you're all nervous. I get it. And your stomach's all in a knot. And you're like, oh my God, we're gonna finish in 10th. Listen, if we're gonna talk about Serie A being a tougher league, you best fucking include Napoli in that conversation. Okay. The league is tougher because of a team like Napoli right now, okay? We're in that conversation. If you can't accept that, then maybe you should question your own fanship. Because I always believe, I died on that hill that we were going to win the Scudetto last season. I believe in the team. I don't believe in ADL's mouth, but I believe in some of his scouting tactics. I don't believe he's a great, I think his PR is shit. I think our social media is shit. I'll be honest. I think Serie A is shit. How come all of a sudden Koulibaly goes to Chelsea, right? ESPN, UEFA, they're all sharing his moment when he took down Mbappe. Where the fuck has that been all these years? Where's the love for KK been for all these years? No, it took them having to go to the Premier League. You want to talk about dick riders? Let's talk about journalists. Let's talk about the major networks who give two shits about our league, who don't give us the benefit of the doubt, unless fucking Ronaldo, unless Ronaldo's on our team, then they care. And nobody cares. Nobody knows Koulibaly.
The British don't even claim ESPN FC's Brits. They really don't. They're terrible. They'll come on and say everything negative about Serie A players, Serie A teams, Serie A everything. Yet here come the Premier League. Tottenham, half of Tottenham is Serie A with a coach too. Now they have Koulibaly and Jorginho on the same team. Then they took Lukaku back because he had this 28-goal season with Inter. Now, like don't get me started on the Premier League, bro, because and ESPN FC and not everyone at ESPN FC, just a few, a handful of people, Dan, that I'm not sure if you're aware of because you're out there, but they're so bad. Every chance they get to knock Serie A, they take it, and then Koulibaly is one of the best players. They watch 6 games of it. They watch Italian teams 6 times a year is when they play in the Champions League. And then that's it. They don't watch nothing. They don't care. They don't care to do any kind of research. It's just, what did you do in the Champions League? Oh, you guys must suck. Okay. Give me a break.
Man, talking about where they're going to finish, if you guys have looked at the schedule, the home schedule for Napoli, all the way up until they play Juve in January, should be 3 points each and every match. Take a look at it, man. Each and every match that they play at home up until they play Juve in January should be a win if we have any chance. So they got to come out strong at home, man. You can't play like crap like they did last year at home. That is huge. They've really got to do that.
Yeah. Pete says, but Napoli suck at home now. No, Napoli sucked at home last season. This is a new season, guys.
It's a new season,
a new season. You got to get over what was last year. Zielinski doesn't suck. He had a bad year. Lozano doesn't suck. He had a bad season. Like these guys don't suck, man. And I'll tell you right now, Dan, are you talking about the team now as it stands? Not even with the players that come in?
Even as no, bro. Even as it stands,
there you go.
That they're playing. They definitely need to win each and every game. They have the team now to beat that team. He can't come into the game with that same objective that he did too often last year He can't be coming in playing it safe. He's got to come in with the mentality to go at the team. You know what I mean? That's going to be important.
Guys, let's get a Forza Napoli sempre in the chat because, hey, at the end of the day, Forza
That's
Napoli
all it's
sempre.
about. Forza Napoli sempre.
We're
That's
going to
it.
get out of here. We're going to get out of
That's
here, man. We appreciate But, guys, this has been one of the best turnouts in our chats for a long time, and I'm super grateful for it. I'm glad we were there. You go, Dan sees it. I'm super grateful for everybody. We got the champ right here. I got CNC USA
the Napoli fan champ, the Napoli, the king of Napoli fans right here, right?
A lot of familiar
faces,
some new faces. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like, I guess all we're asking for, I see Bizarre reaching for the hook is gonna come out. Yeah, right. No, I mean, listen, we could be on. That's the problem. We got to do a 20-minute goodbye. So I figured I'd start it now. So what's an oblique?
That's how we do it, you know.
Thank you, Peter. I guess at the end of the day, man, it's okay what you feel, but like, and we're up here doing this for all of us, and it hurts. It hurts to be labeled as something that you're not, and it's especially us two. We try our best to be centrist. We try our best to be respectful towards everybody, and all we ask is for the same respect back. And you could come on here and spill your grief. That's what this is for. It's literally for that, so you can come and say what you got to say, and let's discuss it. And we understand right now, Delaurentiis got a lot of work to do. That's for sure. I'll say that, but I'm not going to say it with hate. I'm just going to say it as like, hey, get to work. All right? Let's get to work now. Juve definitely merda. But at the same time, let's let it happen. All right? Let's let it work out and let's absorb this emotional, kind of like this emotional blow that we've received, losing our favorite players, all of ours, including Rafa, me, and Dan. This is not just your favorite, but it's everybody's favorite.
Everybody, man.
Fuck, we're all hurt. Do you understand?
I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now.
Right.
It sucks. It sucks. I'm looking to do with Ralph. Hopefully, we can do like a short like tribute video to him. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it. Listen. I'll tell you this right now. There's a good chance this kit goes up in one of these frames here. That's how big Koulibaly was for me. Like, honestly, he. It's not a joke when we say he was a Maradona-like figure at his position, best in the world at his position. Not since Maradona. That's 100%, if you ask me, 100%. And now I'm happy.
Say Forza Napoli, Carmelo.
Forza Napoli.
Say Forza Napoli.
I'm happy that he gets to go and
emoticons.
I'm happy that he gets to go prove a lot of doubters.
Fucking kangaroo up there.
In the world stage. I am. I'm happy that he'll go and prove a lot of doubters in the world stage. I'm even happier that he declined Juventus hard. Like he said hard no to Juventus.
Right.
He said, F you, I'm not going to Juventus. I can't do that to the fans of Napoli. Also, your project sucks. So, for me, that's a win right there. You know what I mean? If he's going to leave the league, at least he didn't go to Juve,
Those reports were comical. They made me laugh.
They were comical. I don't doubt that Juventus were looking and asking. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Ramadani went there, and I know that there was a Milinkovic link. So I don't doubt that, like, while he was there, what about Koulibaly? And he was like, nah, not happening.
Nah.
Don't even try.
Don't touch me there.
Don't even try it.
All right, guys. I'm just going to put, if you want to find Dan Bowen, guys, he's on Twitter. He's at Azzurro Bowen. You can, real cool dude. Dan, thank you again for sticking it out with us, bro. We know it's super late there. We hope you get a nice
man. Appreciate it.
Anything for Napoli. That's why I respect Dan Bowen. Listen, we've had our shit in the past, and it's all good. It's all good because we love the same thing, and we're the same kind of person. Passionate and And family men, love the family, love Napoli, love Italy, love everything about it. And I really do appreciate you stay 3:00, 3:10 in the morning in Italy, man.
Trooper, bro.
Oh damn, man! It is 3:00. What the fuck? Holy shit!
No, let this man go to bed.
And I still gotta
Grande,
take the
Debo.
Frisbee
Grande.
tomorrow morning.
Grande. All right, let's get him out of here, guys. Again, thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody listening on the audio. Rafa, great show as always. Big thank you to Dan. Big thank you to everybody in the chat. It was wonderful. I hope we can do this again more and more, man. Yeah, there we go. The champ right there.
The
champ
champ
right there.
is here. El campione sta qua.
Let's keep our eyes on the market. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, all good things. Hopefully, we get some good news this week, and we can take that. We can move with that a little bit and see what happens. But until then, guys, Forza Napoli sempre, man. Ciao.
Ciao. Forza Napoli sempre.
Ciao.